Folks, this is how you celebrate a win in style, with a trip to Buc-ee's. So it's the Disney World of gas stations, really big in the South. Like Sam Burns going with the brisket sandwich, tremendous. Just hours after winning the Charles Schwab Challenge in a playoff over good friend and world number one Scottie Scheffler. DraftKings contributor Geoff, Action Network's Jason Sobel. Good morning, guys. You're here to talk golf. We got the Memorial this week. We got Jack's tournament. But what'd you think about Burns' win, Jason? I mean, it was a 5 under 65, impressive on Sunday. But then, like, while he's chilling at the clubhouse, like everyone else is kind of bogeying and double bogeying their way out of contentions. It was a recipe for success.
Emerson, a few things here. First of all, I'm embarrassed and ashamed to say that I have never been to Buc-ee's. So I'm going to have to go win a PGA Tour event before I can celebrate in style like Sam
Jason,
Burns did.
It's tremendous, dude. It's tremendous.
I know.
The fudge is really good there, too. I know that sounds weird for a gas station, but you go there for barbecue and fudge.
I'm in. When I can make it happen, I'm in.
Okay.
All right. Secondly, you know what the most bet play this week is going to be?
What?
It's going to be whoever trails by 7 shots going into the final round. We've seen Justin Thomas and Sam Burns down by exactly a touchdown going into Sunday's final round the last 2 weeks. I'm telling you guys, there's going to be somebody, whoever it is going to be 7 shots back going into the final round, and everybody around is going to go, all right, I'm firing on him 150 to 1, 7 shots back, and everyone's going to think they have another winner. It doesn't usually happen that easily. Sam Burns hanging out for about 2 hours, hitting balls down the first tee. I mean, you talk about some serious sauce right there.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't need a range. I'm just going to use the first hole to warm up. And so went out there, made a birdie in the playoff against Scottie Scheffler and wins. It's interesting. Prior to the year beginning, Emerson, I took a bunch of players and said, played like a little would you rather game. John Rahm, Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy. Who would you want for the whole year? I matched up Scottie Scheffler and Sam Burns against each other. It's hard to argue that you wouldn't take Scheffler. I mean, obviously he's got 2 arms in the green jacket right now. There's not anything Sam Burns can do to top him this year, but Sam Burns not that far behind his buddy Scottie Scheffler right now.
Yeah, and they're good buddies, right? I think they roomed together at the Masters, but also Scheffler had his own little event to get to. Like he answered 2 questions, I think, after he took the loss in the playoff and then had to take off for his sister-in-law's wedding, and he actually made it there in time. Geoff, I feel like you've been on the Burns train all season.
I mean, yeah, I was more last year when he finally broke through the Valspar that I think I really cashed in on Sam Burns. But no, I mean, he is one of those players that you kind of look at every week. And I mean, I don't know if we're going to get this going forward anymore. I mean, the good days on Sam Burns might be over, but he's just undervalued. I mean, you know, you're getting like Xander Schauffele, who's kind of like the kicking boy on this show because he's always at like 18 to 1. And this week, I think he's at 16 to 1. And then Sam Burns, they're like 30 to 1 every week. And, you know, Burns is the guy winning. I mean, he's the guy who gets hot with his putter. And maybe some of this is just a little bit of like luck and falling into it like he did a little bit at Colonial last week. I mean, you can't say that luck didn't play a little bit of the factor with the way the greens were running late in the day, but Burns is a really, really good player. And Jason alluded to the fact like now he's got a couple wins. Look, if he wins one of these last 2 majors, I mean, he is not far from Scottie Scheffler, especially going into the playoffs. So Sam Burns putting together a really, really nice season, and it just speaks to the depth of golf right now. I mean, you know, a year ago, thinking about Sam Burns and Scottie Scheffler as like perhaps, you know, the best 2 or the top 2 guys in the FedEx Cup standings, whatever, midway through with like 7 wins between them or whatever they have. It's crazy, but that's where we are. So speaks to the depth of the men's field right now. It's, you know, there's just a lot of players that could just get hot at any time and go on like a couple win stretch.